As soon as I saw black people and black faces in Bridgerton, I already knew I'm not going to watch this TV show and TV series. Because as soon as I saw the setting, I was like, oh yeah, this is English, Victorian time, so forth. And yeah, this is like English culture and their history. And as soon as I saw black people there, I was like, this is stupid. Completely and utterly stupid. And there's no chance in hell I'm watching such trash. Here's the thing, because I'll get into why people want to do that and everything. I defend and I'm a supporter of Shonda Rhimes and what she wants to do with her Shondaland thing and everything. But you read the book, and this book is obviously about English culture, English history. All of those characters are supposed to be white, which is cool. I told you. See, I'm not a fan of the kind of dress up, oh yeah. See, blah. I'm not a fan of that stuff, but I do like watching historical stuff like what's it called? Kingdom of Heaven or Richard the Lion, like seeing historical stuff like that. These guys are pretty racist and I'm crazy, but I love learning about history. But that's is not my thing. But you say to yourselves, that's why are there black people there? Oh, it's supposed to be fantastical and so forth and everything. No, 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 no. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. Do you know the kind of history of the people from the Benin Empire in Edo? Do you know the kind of history of the people from Abyssinia and their history, the history of the Zulu? There's tons and tons of history that you can do. There's this kind of stories that you can do, but why about this? Because let's get real. Oh, let's get real. I defend Shonda Rhimes. I defend her. But her and a lot of black people, I think, suffer from a lust of whiteness. Not that they want to be white, but they see whiteness, specifically posh whiteness, as aha, that is proper. I want to insert myself into that. I want to put myself into this because they have portrayed this as this being, the precipice of excellence. Because it's like the Kanye West syndrome. Kanye West isn't happy being the best producer. He's not. He doesn't care about him heralded as being as an important figure for hip hop. He wants to be the next Michelangelo. He wants to be the next Da Vinci. He wants the white fashion designers to love him because he doesn't want the black acceptance. He wants white acceptance. And when I look at Bridgerton, I told you it just looks off. I don't want to see any white faces in a story about people from the Benin Empire because it will look off. I don't want to see any white faces in looking at the history of the Abyssinian Empire because it will look off, or the history of the Zulu Empire because it will look off. So just as I'm looking at black people in this kind of Victorian era, it looks off. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to say it. I'll say it. Nobody wants to say it. I'll say it. It just looks wrong because it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit because you know that no, this is a white setting where everyone is supposed to be white. So putting black people in those dresses and those corsets and everything because I know that during those times blacks were slaves. They were being called niggers, monkeys, coons. They were being lynched. They were viewed as lower than death. They were viewed as lower than dogs. So don't give me this nonsense. See, it is too much of a stretch of my imagination to say, oh, no, it's a different time. Because I know those times blacks were treated like trash. So I don't want to see blacks, oh, they're now proper in dresses and so forth. No, I want to see, let's look at how it really was. Because it was bloody racist. And those guys were bloody racist. Those guys viewed blacks as lower than death. Those white people during those times, they viewed blacks as lower than freaking death at those times. So for me, Bridgerton if you love Bridgerton and so forth, cool. Nothing against you. Nothing against you. But all I'm just saying to black people, if you're a fan of Bridgerton, okay. 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 Look, okay. Fine and so forth. But it's off. It's off. It's off. It's off, man, because you're lying to yourself. You're lying to because it's off. But you lie to yourself to say, oh, jeez, yes, there are black people here. Oh, this is so new. Black people here because, and I even get this from my mom and my sister. All the time, my mom and my sister talk about, all of these kinds of Victorian ages, and they love these kinds of stories of like, the queen and, in with these posh people and in the higher upper class stuff. They love that stuff. And me and my brothers always say that, wait, why do you watch this stuff? Why do you watch this stuff? Well, you know that these people hate you. These people would think that you're nonsense. And if you try to enter into one of their dinner places or so forth, they'd shoot you. So why do you love something or hate something of people who hates people of your skin? I don't get it. So for Shonda Rhimes, I'm like, I can't be against because you loved that book. You love the book, you love the story, go. But my thing, what it takes to Shonda is that you love the book, you love the story, fill that thing with all white people. Is what it is. I don't want to see black people there because they don't belong there. They don't. Because we know that black people there, it wouldn't work. And people say it's a fantasy, it's not supposed to be real. Nah, sorry. Too much of a leap, too much of a leap. So yeah. Let's see stories about African history, African kings, African queens, African obas and so forth. Let's see that rather than inserting black people into white history and white culture. Like, subscribe.